Alrighty, so Brennan, Mulligan, and Matt Mercer did something that I feel is one of the craziest things to think about, especially when you remember they have a pretty big, sizable following, slash, production company and everything else that goes around it. Matt Mercer and Brennan Mulligan allowed each other to DM onto their property, change up and create history however they felt like it, inside of their own D&D campaigns, inside of the world that they created, for the people that they work for. And it's one of the most beautiful things I've seen on both sides, because it's one of those things where it's like, yes, I respect you, I respect your craft, I respect your ability to do the thing that we both do at equal/better levels, depending on the criteria you look at it from. Because the Brennan Mulligan D&D session is not a Matt Mercer D&D session. And to allow them to create their own story inside of like a branch of history from both of their own respective worlds is one of those things where it's like, what do you mean you gave like the amount of trust and respect you have to have for somebody is one of those things where it's like, oh, you guys actually like each other. This ain't just from clickbait and just like, oh yeah, just words. No, y'all actually got respect. And I love that. And it made me think of like the video game industry and like, have we ever seen someone just like pass a baton like that to somebody else? Like, hey yo, Hideo Kojima, it's me, Hiraya Sakurai. I fucked his name up, Sakurai. Come make Smash or some shit. Like we know they like each other, at least to the extent of allowing persons into their games and so on and so forth, and the references that they make. But like allowing someone to have like a side project of your video game property, like I'm even talking about corporate higher ups, and just like being like, oh man, I would really love to have Hideo Kojima make a goddamn Super Smash Bros. Like, could you imagine the Subspace Emissary if freaking Kojima made it? So many more cutscenes, like just bottom line on that. And I feel like that's like a microcosm, like what we have an issue with currently in the video game industry, AAA. We're just like, you have like such big names for both like properties and people who are running it. And we don't get like we used to back in the day with like the side projects based on the property, looking at you Mortal Kombat side story Sub-Zero, if I got the name correctly. Or like the movie tie-in stuff where you just like let a production team just like have that and make like, I don't know, the freaking Lion King movie video game or whatever the heck. Because like things have gotten too big to die, too big to fail. Like imagine all the PSP games we got of God of War in between the times that we could have gotten in between Data Boy and God of War Ragnarok. Just like the amount of tiny things that we could have got, but since we're just like so big on the corporation ladder that we have to spend $32 billion just to make this one video game, that we have to have all hands on deck making this video game for the next 5 years just to be able to get it out the goddamn door in time for those 5 years. We don't have room to make like anything else, any of the fun tiny project. You know how many side stories probably had to get chopped out from the cutting block of the storylines and everything that you could make a whole separate game just on those two games alone? Like, do you know how much I would love like a potential prequel story that's like very tiny? Like not DLC size, because I don't want DLC. I want like side games. I want something that I ain't gotta spend the $90 that they're trying to push through and then spend the $30 on top of that, because that's so much it costs. Give me the $30 game. Give me the $40 game. Might be able to get some more interest inside of that. Yeah. But yeah, shout out to Brennan Mulligan and Matt Mercer giving me this idea for that stuff, because I love that. I love cooperation and just like handing off and like, I want to see how you would run this. I want to see how you would run with this. I respect your game. Now shoot.